Do you know I forgot how to do this? How's everyone doing? If you don't know who I am, I'm Mary Jo. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who've been waiting, maybe not waiting, been on a little bit of a break. I wanted to point out Miss Luna sleeping in her new cat tree. There we go. That my grandson Tatum and I put together the other day for her. She's my new familiar, if you haven't seen the pictures on my community post. But yeah, so I couldn't figure out how to do video. It's funny. It's only been I think a month, but I've forgotten. It's so funny. So let's learn together, right? So the other day, I woke and I clearly heard the Divine Masculine say, "I'm coming home." Now we've gotten that message multiple times before in the last year, really, maybe a couple years, and so I wanted to just tap in and see where they're at. We've been getting glimpses over the last year of them preparing and going through the process of the purging and the doubting and the beating themselves up in the head for taking so long and all that. So let's see where the Divine Masculine collective energy is right now for this particular wave that I am channeling this morning. I am recording this on November 5th, 2025, just minutes actually after the full moon in Taurus went full. So we've got the new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. I instantly heard I'm walking away from what caged me, and so I'm seeing the Eight of Swords in my my mind's eye here, being caged in. Interesting. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. A lot of new beginning here. A lot of new beginnings. So even though we are in the full moon energy, it's about the releasing so we can get ready to receive the new beginning, right? So there is a definitely feels like a new beginning wanting to emerge here. And another new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. So I feel like right now this is a message to from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine, saying that whatever you've been doing, keep doing, because it's about to be ripe for harvest, be ripe for the picking is what I'm hearing. Just got a sudden wave of nausea. So there's a lot of anxiety. Don't know whose end that's on. You know, Divine Feminine, certainly you could be sitting in this space of, you know, total surrender, been doing great on my own, which is exactly what you were meant to do in the first place, right? You were meant to build yourself up and be solid in discovering who you are and who you're becoming, to not focus on the twin and what's going on outside of you in any form or fashion. So if this feels like, yeah, I'm really heating up here. If this feels like suddenly a disturbance of your inner peace, you got to sit with that. Salute. Oh yeah, needed something hot today. I've got this cough. It's one of the reasons why I haven't been on very often, because it's very unpredictable. But part of my process, yeah. Just one of the reasons. So let's tap into the overall energy of the union here. Guides and guardians of unconditional love and light. Look at that. Flipped right in the deck. The lovers. The lovers right out of the gate. So a decision has been made. Lovers is about making the choice through the heart space and not just through the head space. For me, it's about integrating the two, you know, being logical, which is the Gemini energy for the lovers card. That's air, that's mind, you know, ruled by Mercury. But it's also about, so I'm being reminded of quite a few months ago when I was looking in my heart space to heal something, and I kept being drawn up to my mind. So it's the interpretation of the emotion, and what I was feeling, what I thought I was feeling. So there's an integration going on there. So a decision has been made, moving into a space to receive union. Look at that. We've got 3 major arcanas out already. We've got the Death and the Magician. Oh my gosh, certain transformation here. Manifesting this. Collectively, we have been, you know, 2024 was the 8-year, the karmic clearing. 2025 is the 9, the ending, the closing up, the cleaning up of the old cycles, and, you know, anything that's been brushed under the rug is now being revealed, and asking for release is what I'm hearing, the word release. So there's beautiful manifestation here. This collective that I'm channeling right now is ready. They have got every tool in their arsenal is the word I'm hearing, that they need, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. They've done the work. They've gone into the depth. They've fully come out transformed, unrecognizable to themselves, possibly even to others. I love that. I don't know the story behind this particular card in this deck, the Mythic Tarot deck. But I love how the 3 goddesses are worshiping the shadow here. You know, I'm viewing it as the shadow. It's just reminding me of something I said to somebody last night, is about the shadow. Is, you know, it is, you know, we hear all the time about the death of the ego in the spiritual communities. The ego doesn't die. I mean, we have an ego because we're in this human vessel with the brain, right? It's the dissolution of its power over us, but it's also the integration of loving it and understanding and accepting its process for us and its purpose for us. So there's certainly a leveling up here in this connection. Probably shouldn't have that incense blowing right in my face, should I? Another major arcana. Yeah. Wow. High Priestess. 4 major arcanas for this connection. The collective that I'm channeling right now is undergoing massive transformation, massive up-leveling, massive manifestation. I have a feeling that you'll know exactly who this is for. You'll know it's your reading. You'll know. The High Priestess knows. The High Priestess also is it's funny, I'm hearing the word reserved. It's like she's not flashy. She doesn't have to go out and scream it to the world. I've said that phrase before. It feels like, you know, we say about the Empress. The Empress doesn't chase. This is like a next level. But your intuition, I do want to say, those of you who have perhaps yeah, I'm feeling like the intuition from the beginning. If you've been on this journey for a long time, there's a lot that needed to be dissolved within you, layers and layers and layers of the shadow for sure, healing that needed to be done. Feeling this full moon in Taurus is like a return to the original intuition regarding your connection. But there's a maturity, I think I want to say, in how you express it, how you feel it. It doesn't feel like it used to, for sure. Now I'm being shown in my mind's eye like how a diamond or a pearl is made. You know, there's this fine tuning has been done. The polish has been put on. The rough edges have been smoothed out. Confidence is, self-worth, self-confidence has risen. Trust that everything that you've done up to this point, another major arcana, is about to pay off here. Hangman. Yeah, this particular connection is certainly up leveling. Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Union comes with this full moon. Your intuition. You've been fine-tuned. Look at this major arcanas. Holy fudge nuggets. Yeah, it is taken. So I have a message here for the Divine Masculine. Not pointing to the devil as the Divine Masculine. I meant to point to this one. The Divine Masculine. The time it has taken to break through the karmic cycles and to move away from any karmic patterns, any karmic partners, any karmic beliefs, you know, being trapped in the mind that, you know, I'm ruled by the world instead of, you know, finding their own space. I feel like, you know, not just the masculine, for sure, the feminine as well, because we are, of course, masculine, feminine within, but it is taken its own sweet time, you know, to come to fruition. But now there's movement. There's movement. It's been manifested. And the outcome is union. So this full moon in Taurus definitely, most certainly could be bringing in signs of physical union with your counterpart. And I'm gonna, for many of you, this could turn you on your head. Come out of the blue, just like poof. 1 minute they're not there, and the next minute they're there. Let's see. No, they're asking to wait. Let's see where the Divine Feminine is. Where their energy is, please. Split the deck to the Lovers. Yeah. Split the deck to the Lovers, man. can't not make that up. Come on, get together. Where's the divine feminine in this collective energy here? Six of Discs, Six of Pentacles. Accepting no breadcrumbs, accepting nothing less than what they deserve. Putting their time and energy only where it is reciprocal. Because, oh wow, she's very talkative. Because she's discovered that filling her cup is just as important as serving others. Wow, good for you, divine feminine. Ooh, 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 come on, get together. So it's the second time I've said get it together. Okay, what's going on, divine feminine? Get it together. The Fool. Ready for this new adventure, ready for this new cycle. Opening a new chapter. Yeah, really, really seeing who's loyal and who's not, who's going to go with her and who's not, what she's taking with her and what she's leaving behind. You know, full moon's about the releasing of what no longer serves us. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. Sorry, I had to get a drink and cough. Have a coughing fit. Yeah, ready to get this shit together. Ready to go. She's ready to go. She's not letting anything hold her back. She's not letting this connection or the idea of this connection or old beliefs of this connection hold her back. She hasn't up to this point, and but I'm feeling like she may be feeling the intensity building here. Definitely feeling the intensity building. Could be feeling a little rise in the Kundalini, a little activity in the Kundalini. Nine of Swords. Yeah. So like I was saying earlier, there's a little bit of a, it's like I finally found my peace with all of this. And if they're coming back in, is it going to disrupt my peace? No, because she's not taking that anymore. She's not settling for anything less than what she knows she deserves. She's not putting her energy where it isn't returned. This is where the divine feminine is saying to the divine masculine, you're going to have to put in as much time and energy and effort into this as I do. I cannot afford to have my inner peace disturbed again. I'm just like feeling this. Now I'm feeling this Leo energy here. This rise of this empowerment coming through. And it's not like, I'd say like maybe in the past it would have come through like a chip on her shoulder, like a FU kind of energy. This is more like I'm ready to receive with that Six of Discs. I'm ready to receive. I'm ready for this new life with the Fool energy. But I'm not willing to sacrifice where I've gotten to and where I'm going to just because someone decides to come back into my life. She's making a statement. She's saying, I'm making a statement. Gotta write that down. Oop. Sorry about the shake on the camera. I have it on my table today. Five of Wands. Yeah. I feel like she's got a little bit of she does have a little bit of a wobble of, is this going to disturb my inner peace? And she wants to make sure she's not going to allow it to disturb her inner peace. So as fast as this wants to come in with the divine masculine energy, we saw the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So she's saying to the divine masculine, we need to take this slow. We can feel the intensity of it and be in that intensity of it to an extent, but not get ahead of ourselves. Why are you saying that? I just feel like the divine feminine is like trying to preserve where she's gotten to. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if it's overly, over the top, it could end up sabotaging what's coming in. Like, so that could be an old pattern that might be showing up for some of you. If you have earphones on, I do apologize. My ostomy is enjoying the coffee. Let's put it that way. So there is a little bit of, so how this is, I want to show you how it speaks, and got it laid on the table. So you see, this is the Six of Discs here, but I've got it like this. So what's that look like? It looks like the Two of Pentacles. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for anything that's reciprocal, anything that's worth my time and energy and effort. And she believes this connection is, that her divine masculine is, but there's a moment where she kind of, am I really ready for this? Am I ready for my inner peace? I've been on my own for so long. Am I ready to get used to hearing somebody else breathe next to me at night? Am I ready to have someone else's energy in my field on a daily basis? Sounds like divine feminine. You're really like reassessing exactly what you want here. I mean, you've manifested this, according to this collective spread here. We both have. All right, this one turned in reverse. Let's see what it is. The Lovers. She's having a bit of a wobble. That's interesting. She's having a bit of a wobble. And it's not because she doesn't want this connection. She's never lost sight of this connection manifesting. But what she's found has become so important to her. Her self-worth, her value, what she will tolerate, what she will not just from the divine masculine, from herself. She won't tolerate this wishy-washy, stressed out bullshit drama from herself either. And they are her, she is him, right? So is this something she's picking up from the divine masculine? His message was, I'm coming home. But is he today in this full moon energy having a bit of a wobble? Am I making the right choice? Why is the Lovers in reverse here? Tower. Because of the intensity. Oh my gosh. because of the intensity, she has come to so much inner peace. I'm feeling from that Six of Pentacles, just such inner peace. She doesn't want to lose herself again in the intensity of this connection. She knows she's got a new chapter opening. She's already starting to feel the hoofbeat rumbling of this intensity coming in. She can hear the wings flapping, of this dragon. She can hear it running on the ground. It's like she's feeling her sense of foundation starting to vibrate because she's vibrating at a different level. And that might just take her back a little bit to say, am I really ready for this? Am I really ready for this? I'm hearing, I am ready, but I guess I wasn't prepared for the intensity to be, the way that it is. Final messages here for the Divine Feminine. Thank you. Four of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Yeah, she's just trying to keep her balance, trying to keep herself grounded because this energy is very fast. As I'm recording this, we have had, so yesterday we had, what do we have? 4 or 5 X-class solar flares, multiple M-class. We've had an M-class solar flare already this morning. X-class is not the highest we can go, but the highest we're going now because of where humanity's awakening is. And those X-class flares are just an indication of how many more souls are awakening to their purpose and to their journey here. So good on you, humanity. Good on you. With everything that's going on in the world, more and more people are recognizing that they're awake, and things are changing. Their vibrations are changing. Their light is glowing, and they're recognizing that. I've just had conversations with 2 ladies last night that are right there, and I went for a class, and it ended up being them needing to express what they've been going through because the Spirit just really put me in a position to let them know, you're doing a beautiful job. You're right where you're at. And I gave them words that they had been given already from whoever. They don't even know yet who that is, their higher self, spirit, whatever. But you can see the oh my gosh, that word keeps coming up for me as well. And you are speaking it. So, definitely divinely orchestrated, so you may find yourself, divine feminine, being drawn into circles of other souls, male or female, that you will help. Your gifts, your abilities will help them anchor in and embody their new vibration because you've done it. So speaking of your vibration, so right now, because of all that's going on in the world, cosmically and energetically. So I want to say to you that November, it's not a small tchotchke month energetically, cosmically. We have 38 plus transits, placements, meetups, conjunctions, sextiles. There's so many aspects talking in the sky this month. That's a lot. That's a lot more than we're used to. I gotta say that. I counted 38, and I'm sure there's more. That's why I say 38 plus. And some of those include not planetary, but like asteroids, talking to other aspects, and just the placements of everything. It's a phenomenal month for union to come in, for sure. Plus we've got the 1111 portal. I will probably tap in a little bit more around that time, quite possibly. I usually do, but we'll see what Spirit says. This reading may go. The messages here may pertain there. Look at this. So we've got the Six of Cups and the Ace of Wands, ready to receive. Someone coming back from the past, ready to offer maybe an olive branch, but it's the passion, it's the action. Someone's returning. King of Cups, Two of Cups. He's Divine Masculine returning, saying Eight of Pentacles. I'm ready to put in the time and the effort into this where I didn't before. There's the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords. And right before that, we had the Eight of Pentacles. So last year, I'm being brought back to the 888 portal. It was an 8 year. Let's remind you of that. So August 8th of 2024, there may have been a significant energetic shift. It's not going to resonate for all of you, but collectively, I'm gonna have to go back in my notes and my journals to see if I've written anything down about any kind of energetic shift in the collective. I'll have to go back and look at any videos I may have done. But significant movement out of a mindset that told us we couldn't move. It told us we couldn't be who we wanted to be, or who we were going to be, or have what we wanted. And then there was some divine I can't even get the word out. Just want to say action was put in, and movement started around that portal. The Divine Masculine has put time and energy and effort into all of this. For those of you who maybe your Divine Masculine had to walk away from you, you're going to understand that, or because they now understand it. It was purposeful. It was necessary. Of course, you already know that, but in case you needed to hear it again, it was certainly necessary for this connection. So the Divine Feminine is definitely, she may be, like I said, this wobble may be what she's sensing from the Divine Masculine this morning. But, I do have to check my time. Come on. I'm sure you're not going to work for me. All right. Sorry. Got to work today. Well, I don't have to. I choose to. Or it simply might just be her own wobble of just not wanting the inner peace to be disruptive. So she may be checking in with herself. We do have a lot of retrogrades this month. Jupiter's getting ready to go retrograde. Mercury is about to go retrograde on the 9th. So we're in the pre-shadow of that. So Jupiter, Saturn, I believe, goes direct. If you're a Capricorn especially, you love that. I think there's another one. I can't remember. Maybe Neptune. But anyway, let's check in with the Divine Masculine. Sorry, that was probably loud right near the phone. I just saw 34, 33. 3 threes. Multiple threes have been big for me. And last year when my mom gave them to me before she passed. And they have been really loud lately. So you're being beautifully blessed. We coming right out, divine masculine coming out with the Queen of Pentacles. So with the divine feminine on their mind, number one. But number two, working through some mother issues, mother wounds. I'm hearing they've been busy. They've been busy being creative. They've been busy with work. They've been busy with some internal mother healing. Interesting. Where are you at, divine masculine? Yeah, they had to walk away from the divine feminine, the Empress and the Eight of Cups here. They had to walk away from the divine feminine so they could do this work. I feel like they're actually really understanding that now. But I can also say, so how I've got it sitting, so now that they're walking toward the divine feminine. What else for the divine masculine? Anything you want to say? Five of Cups in reverse. To me, it's really the same as Five of Cups in the upright. I feel like I want to say that they're looking at the Two of Cups now. I'm here. I don't want to waste time, but collectively knowing that they've got to take it very slow. They can't just rush in. They can't just rush in because they risk the chance of the divine feminine of like running or just move. They know they can't rush. They want to, but they know that they can't. They don't want to scare the divine feminine off. What do you want to say to the divine feminine, divine masculine? It's just, I feel like there's a lot they want to say, but they just can't find the words. That could be Mercury pre-shadow kind of messing things up with them a little bit. What else? Yeah, suddenly the deck doesn't want to say anything. Seven of Cups and the Devil energy here. So I'm looking at the image on this devil. Divine masculine looks a little like, like, where am I? What do I do? And the divine feminine is very calm. She's just holding her hand out. She's trusting her intuition. She's trusting herself in the masculine form. That when they're ready, they will reach out. She's not tempting. This is not a temptation kind of energy for me today. I feel like the divine masculine knows and feels now that the divine, or at least is hoping that the divine feminine is still there ready to receive. They're hoping that she hasn't found other options. He's just feeling a little, maybe this is a little bit of, some mirroring going on, some confusion with the Seven of Cups and the Five of Cups in reverse, especially with the Devil in between them. It's just wanting to make sure that they're doing this right. Yeah, Ten of Cups, wanting happiness and joy, fulfillment. I haven't laughed in a long time, I'm hearing. I haven't laughed in a long time. Fool. And I'm ready for a new chapter. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. Interesting how he's got two queens coming out in his spread and the feminine. All in the feminine energy. We've got the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. So their feminine aspect has certainly had an upgrade. Let's just say that. Gaining the confidence. He's sure. They are sure that this is what they want. They're very confident about it. They're ready to take action toward it. Yeah, there we go. Chariot, ready to take action. Being driven by sheer, don't want to say will. But it is will. It's Spirit's will. It's God's will. Moving toward the Ace of Cups. Why? To help clear up any disillusionment in the feminine. They're afraid too, because he's got the Five of Swords and the Nine of Swords. You've got the Five of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So this is like, I can't do things the old way. I don't want to show up in the old way. So stop saying what you don't want, Divine Masculine, and start saying what you do. What do you want? I do want this. Happily ever after. Not a fairy tale, but I want my family. I want my home. I want a new chapter. I want love. I want all my rough edges have been smoothed out. I want to be received and accepted for who I am, not just by my divine feminine, but by everyone. I want to move forward, trusting the Spirit to guide me when and where I need to go. And healing of this connection. Three of Pentacles. I want to create something incredible here that will not only benefit us, but benefit everyone. And these fell off the top when I was pulling that out. Look at that strength. There's that Lion Leo energy again. Four of Wands. There's union again. We've got the World. We've got the Knight of Swords coming in quickly for this new cycle, this new adventure. Possibly by the next holiday. Three of Cups. Next holiday here in the United States is Thanksgiving. Coming up just in 3 weeks. Maybe 4 weeks. That's later this year. But ready. Very clear on what they want. Queen of Swords and the Sun. They've had an elevation of their consciousness. Her looking up to the sun here. Feminine energy looking up to the masculine energy of the sun. Like the feminine has been calling this in. And there's the King of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles that he's already got. He wants to come together in collaboration and union, putting in the time, energy, and effort, creating something new. So she had, remember we had the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck with the Two of Cups here for her. But we've got the High Priestess in the Tower and the King of Cups. Hangman. Come on, I can keep going. I really could. I could tell the whole story from the bottom of the deck here. She had the Tower, collective energy, had the High Priestess. This is about trusting your intuition, being true to yourselves, both of you, not allowing the foundation to wobble, building something very solid. King and Queen of Pentacles here on his side. And here's the King of Cups with the Hangman coming in to announce, I'm coming home. I just keep hearing, I'm coming home. You may be hearing this clarion call during your dream space. telepathically out of the blue, you could hear your divine counterpart speaking to you, letting you know exactly where they're at in the journey. So when I heard the I'm Coming Home, I got a mishmash of two songs. One of them is the last song in, is it the last song in the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Big fan of that. And I'm not sure if the lyrics in that, and I didn't look it up, I don't know if the lyrics were I'm going home or I'm coming home. I think it's I'm coming home, where he returns to his home planet. And then the other song was, I'm not sure if it's a Guns N' Roses song, but I'm just hearing that I'm Coming Home playing musically on repeat in my head. So divine masculine feels, I want to say they feel ready, but right now they're in this moment as I'm channeling this energy. Both counterparts are like, I don't want to lose myself. I don't want my inner peace disrupted. They could be feeling the same way too, if they've been on their own since the last time they've seen you. I'm also getting with the Five of Cups in reverse, the Devil, and the Seven of Cups is their divine, their karmic energy that was around them kept them very confused and locked in old, past thoughts and patterns and emotions. But I feel like they've broken free from that. They've, like I said, they've allowed their rough edges to be smoothed out. But there is a bit of a common theme here, a mirroring going on of, wanting to do the right thing, not, will my divine counterpart forgive me? They've already have. We've had this discussion before, divine masculine, and I am sorry. I like it when Scam Likely calls me. Love my phone. No, don't love my phone, but so very similar energies. They certainly don't want to disrupt your peace or their peace. They don't want to lose themselves. They don't want to betray you. So I just want to say that this is like an old energy that will be cleared out with this moon today. So release it, write it down, release it, whatever this angst is for either of you. Write it down, burn it, release it. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I pulled 7 cards for the collective energy, and 6 of them are major arcanas. And the 7th one is union, 4 of Wands. Completing a cycle. Completing the foundation that's needed spiritually, energetically, mentally, emotionally, for union to start coming in the physical, to be rooted, to be grounded. We've both done the work. We've both done the work that we were set out to do here. Let's get a final guidance for this message, these messages. Serapis Bay, Ascension. Move into your true self, rise above the darkness. The light is here. I feel like that's exactly where this connection is. I've got to say, with the snakes on the top of his crown here, definitely some Kundalini activity going on. You may notice you've got maybe a rash around the very lowest part of your back. Okay. What else? Guidance. Any other messages for this collective twin flames? Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, well, we're going to take. Bridget, inner strength, move back to wholeness, for recognize that you have the power. This is about that not, I want to say the not worrying about losing yourself in this connection, standing firm in who you've become for both of you. You know, you've done a lot of work. And of course it would be, it's human for you to wonder and to worry that everything that you've done, all the progress that you've made, both of you, over the last how many years it's been, months it's been for you guys since you've been together, or what, you know, especially those who have been together before. It's natural for you to not want that disrupted, you know, that progress, because you recognize in the past that you probably did lose yourself whenever your counterpart was around. Your eyes were just like fixated on that and being together, and it was like over fixated, you know, and you just lost yourself. You know, I can speak for myself. I did. Every time he would come back, I would lose myself, and I would, oh, I'd be so mad at myself afterwards. But it's got to be different this time. I feel like it's going to be, because both of you are aware of that. So now you can have that conversation with each other, just to honestly say, you know, look, I feel the intensity of this, but I feel like we really need to take very diligent steps here. You know, not every connection is gonna have that message, but this collective that I'm tapping into, they're feeling the ground starting to shake underneath them. They're starting to recognize a different frequency coming toward them, because their frequency is more fine-tuned and higher, right? And they're gonna wanna just one step at a time, because that's what they've gotten to in their own journeys, is, you know, being led by spirit, taking the one step at a time, not going too far ahead, but knowing, you know, there's intuition all over the board here for all, you know, all three of these spreads, that they're, you know, needing to really rely on that intuition that, yes, this is here to stay. Yes, this is long term. We are eternal anyway. But anyway, let's go. Cosmic Gateway, Horus. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Yeah. Use this portal. Use the 1111 portal. Use the new moon portal coming up at the end of the month. I want to say the 21st, but I'm not positive. I don't have my notes right visible here. Oh, actually, I see the 21st. Pick it out. Nope. That's once we enter Sagittarius energy. So it's before then. So it's probably like the 17th, 18th. Gaia, Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to Earth. Stay grounded. These X-class solar flares, actually part of my guide's messages to me last month were from October to the end of the year, the calendar year. It is important, extra important, for us to stay grounded, not with just what we're doing, with what we're eating, what we're putting into our bodies, with what we're feeding our minds. Stay grounded, because the energies are going to amp up. And it's important because, and it's because of, we can't enter 2026, the 10-year, the new beginning, the new chapter, with everything that's been holding on to us, that's karmically been, we've released, but the debris is hanging on to us, right? So the vibration is going to get more intense to shake off all of that. So there you go. A lot coming through this morning. Divine director, intervention, and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. There you go. And I love this one because it reminds me of Chief Whitecalf. But it's White Eagle, ancestor spirit. Connect to your lineage. a family wound or pattern can be healed now. And that got that for the divine masculine is there's been a lot of um, mother wound, mother patterns, mother, or at least feminine energy, lineage, ancestral things being cleared. I can say I've been doing that this year, and I'm seeing that the divine masculine has been working on that as well. So with all of that being said and done, I'm going to leave you because I've got to scoot and get this uploaded. Hi. I'm happy to be back again, and don't know in what capacity, but this feels good sitting at this table again. Pretty soon I will have it turned around and you'll be able to see the mural I've been working on for the last year. So getting there. Have pockets of creativity that show up from time to time. So, but if this resonates, great. If it doesn't, great too. Just let me know what you think in the comments. And if you're interested in a private reading, I do have some openings for November, and my calendar for December is already open. So reach out, divinemessenger717@gmail.com. It's all going to be in the description box, and we can talk about setting up your private reading. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for those who stayed and waited for me. And thank you for the other readers that you watch who have filled the time and who have given you the guidance in my absence. Not saying I'm the only one, but I appreciate other readers on this platform for what they offer me as well. So that being said, I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I hope this finds you well. Say good night, Luna. I'll talk to you soon.